Yeah. And here we are. Everything went wrong, and the whole day long I'd feel so blue. For the longest while I'd forget to smile. Then I met you. Now that my blue days have passed, now that I've found you at last, I'll be loving you always, with all of that's true, always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand, dear, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, dear, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. Dreams will all come true, growing old with you, and time will fly, caring each day more than the day before, till spring rolls by. And when the springtime is gone, then will my love linger on. I'll be loving you always, with all of that's true, always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand, dear, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, dear, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. Welcome to show number 26. That's an old song by Irving Berlin from the 20s. I think it was 28. Doing some old songs today. As you know, I don't know when you're watching this. It's so great. It's like, it's not like that. It's like it's not event specific. I love when there's art that you don't have to be there at a certain time and a certain day, because you can't be two places at once, and life is like that. Sometimes you can't make a show, and it's a great show, and you miss it. So I really love the idea that you can see this whenever you want. It's great. Oh, the shirt. I got to say, this shirt is sort of a play on words. Rock of Ages is a granite quarry, or a marble quarry? Granite quarry in Barry, Vermont. I visited there, and I had to, in the gift shop, I had to get one of these shirts because it's so funny. I saw the band back when they were playing with Bob Dylan. They did a tour together, which became an album called Before the Flood. The cover of which consists of a sort of fuzzy picture of the entire audience holding up their Zippo lighter. No, they're the other kind of lighters. Bic. There you go, Bic lighters. Everybody had lighters all of a sudden. Used to be a lot of matches around, but once Bic invented those, there was a lot of lighters. And that was the first show or tour I've ever seen where people held up lighters for encores and stuff, and a kind of quiet appreciation instead of noise and yelling and applause. Very interesting. That was the early 70s. So Rock of Ages was a band album featuring a horn section. I believe it was live. I think it was live. I think it was a double album, too. Anyway, so hope you like it. The shirt, that is. And well, the band is great, too. I don't do a lot of their stuff because they did it way better than I could. And now another song. This is another song from the 20s. It's from Jimmy Cox. It was written by Jimmy Cox in 1923. It was recorded by Bessie Smith in 1928. And she had the big hit out of it. And now it's been recorded by over 60 people. And it's very popular. My version comes from Leadbelly's version, which I heard on his Last Sessions album, recorded in the 50s. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending my money and I didn't care, spending my money on a good time, buying King Corn liquor and a Sneaky Pete wine. Then I began to fall so low, didn't have no money on no place to go. If I ever get my hands on a dollar again, I'm gonna hold on to it till the eagle grins. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. In my pocket, not one penny, and my friends I haven't any. If I ever get on my feet again, then I'll see my longtime friends. And it's the arrangement of the dime. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. When you're down and out, in my pocket not one penny, and my friend
I need. If I ever get on my feet again, then I'll see my long time friends, and it's strange with down. Nobody knows you when you're down and out.
Nobody knows you. Here's another old one. Here's another old one. Trouble in Mind. Gosh, I read the guy's name just today. Can't remember it. Can't remember it right now. It was written in the 20s. It was 1924, 1927, something like that. Trouble in Mind. And it's been done by a whole lot of people. This is from the version done by Hackberry Ramblers from Hackberry, Louisiana, man. And they were a Seminole Cajun group. Terrific. Hackberry Ramblers. If you like Cajun music, you ought to get the Hackberry Ramblers. Gosh, Lutheran Darbone and the Hackberry Ramblers. They do a version of this which is half English and half French. I just do it English. Okay.
Trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. The sun gonna shine on my back door someday. I'm going down to the river, gonna take my rocking chair, and if the blues don't leave me, I'm gonna rock on away from there. You's a mean, mean mama, and you sure don't treat me right. I'm going to be a mean, mean daddy and stay out at night. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. The sun gonna shine in my back door someday.
Trouble in Mind. Well, I got a couple of things I definitely have to do, and some things that I might do. Has anybody noticed this cup yet? I wonder sometimes. You know, last show I said I'd be wearing a red shirt this time, but I'm not, because it didn't turn out right. A couple of reasons last week. So I'm redoing this. This is a redoing I had a rehearsal for this one. And I had to make sure and talk about the crass. I can't remember what made me think of it last time, except that I just looked at a bunch of stuff on YouTube and read about them. But I did know about them when they came out, though I could not afford to buy their albums. In 1979 and 1980, I had no money. I didn't even have a record player. I was just reminded, I have vowed not to make so many mouth noises. I realized that people on TV make sure that they don't make those noises, and I am terribly lax with that rule. Okay, so The Crass was an incredible anarchist punk band group, commune, and they called The Clash The Cash, and thought of them as real sellouts. They didn't want to be sellouts. They really wanted to make a political difference, and they really did at one point. And if you look them up, The Crass, C-R-A-S-S. But they have albums called The Stations of the Crass and Christ the Album, which contains a 64-page booklet. Just did that mouth noise again. Okay. They didn't even want to be stars. When they did shows, they didn't want stage lighting. They used household incandescent 40-watt light bulbs on stage. So there's hardly any footage of them at all. And even when you find one on YouTube, it's so dim. It is hilarious. I love that. It's a principle. Just on principle, they did that. Isn't that great? So, of course, they're a punk band, which consists of a lot of shouting and people who can't really play. But if somebody asked to be in the band, they'd say, sure. So anyway, whoop, mouth noise. Okay, this is a Procul Harum song from 1975 from the album Procul's Ninth. Produced by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, as a matter of fact. Okay, I keep forgetting.
I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't want me no more. But you told me that you didn't want me around anymore. But these stupid old feet head for your street like they've done so many times before. And this stubborn old fist at the end of my wrist keeps knocking on your door. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't want me no more. Those heartbreaking nights, heartbreaking things you said, plain as can be, you're finished with me. But I can't believe our love is dead. I know from the start, I know in my heart, we've drifted apart. I can't get it through my head. forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't want me no more. But you told me that you didn't want me around anymore. But these stupid old feet head for your street like they've done so many times before. And this stubborn old fist at the end of my wrist keeps knocking on your door.
I get a kick out of that one. I just learned it recently. Hopefully I didn't drive the engineer too crazy with the volume variance. Pulled it back, did what I could. We need some kind of a compressor for this mic, or for my face. Hey, I have to show you this thing in back. I know you must have noticed it. You must have noticed the... Yes, this is a box that is a head. And I will tell you what it is. It even has where it's decapitated. It's hilarious. What this is a magazine. An adventures magazine called McSweeney's. This is McSweeney's issue 36. You can get it on Amazon for about $16, $17. And it consists of little books and pamphlets and postcards. Incredible. And collections and just follow the instructions. When a book from 1914, supposedly abridged by the guy's descendant. It's called Jungle Geronimo in Gay Paris, sort of a Tarzan spoof. Here in this little bag, Jim, take a look. Some funny stuff in here, Don. What this is a prospective screenplay for Mike Myers and Dana Carvey doing a movie about a basketball player in a wheelchair who his friend, Mike Myers, helps him by putting him on a two-seat bicycle and bicycling him around the basketball court, and they win. They do this whole, they have a bicycle on the basketball court. They find a loophole in the rules. I read that one. It also comes with this. What is this? It's encircled by rubber bands. It's a solid piece of paper. No, it's a spool of 100 fortune cookie fortunes. I love this thing. Here's a poem in an entire booklet. Early morning at the station. It's just incredible. I just had to get it when I saw that it was a box, and now I have it sitting on one of my bookshelves where it's disconcerting every time I see it. Let me show the other camera just what the face looks like. So I have it on a high shelf so I don't have to look at it too many times during the day. But I really thought that you should see this. Incredible. McSweeney's is a great magazine, by the way. Even the issues that are just look like magazines. Some of them look like books, some of them look like magazines, and that's the first one I know of that is a box. That's one heck of a prop. I am doing a song I wrote. which I've revised a bit. Let's see, put it on an album back in '96, but it's better now. Dedicated to Mike Bradshaw, why not?
Surfaces are clean, chores done by machine. You should see the pantry. Everything you need is handy. Well, I love it's not that fancy. Someday I'll have domesticity. Floor to ceiling windows, and the lawn is mowed. Coffee table books, and there's art everywhere you look. Where I live, it's not that fancy. Someday I'll have domesticity. Come to my apartment. You might think it's primitive. You might think I don't care how I live, but I do. Mantle lined with figurines, photos in little frames. Every door has a mat in front of it, and the bathroom, it's immaculate. Where I love is not so fancy. Someday I'll have domesticity. 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 Ah, wonderful. This is splendid. This is terrific. This is great. I go to this camera. Well, folks, we have to go now. It's time for whatever the next show is. And I hope it's good, so you don't have to get up and change the channel or get up and find the remote. Whatever, whichever. Have a great week. See you next week. That's right.